What's going on, everybody? It's that time of year again here in Michigan. Bow season has been underway for a few weeks now, but it's time to turn our minds to the time of year we can't wait for, the rut. The guys and I spent the last week down in Muskegon County at deer camp, and we saw some sign down there, so we knew it's time to get these reports rolling. So these reports come from the teams throughout the state and also from you guys. So if you have a rut report you'd like to share with us, be on the lookout. Every Sunday we're going to drop a report on our Facebook page where you can comment, let us know what you're seeing, drop a picture or a video, and those will be up 5 o'clock every Sunday, and they'll be zone specific. We're going to try to streamline the information this year. Instead of making one generic post for the whole state, we're going to break it down by zone. So please be on the lookout for your zone and make sure that you're sharing your report from the correct county into the correct post. So with all that said, let's get started in Southwest and Central Michigan with Ray to answer.
You might all be wondering why I'm in here tonight. I'm not in the woods. Well, it's a monsoon. I elected not to go hunting. Anyways, had some things to do around here. Anyways, let's get started. Me, I'm in Zone 7, Clinton County. We all know this. I always say Clinton and Gratiot. Gratiot's not Zone 7, but Clinton County is my main area. That's where I live. Myself, you've seen my posts on our Facebook page. I'm not seeing really any chasing or a lot of like receptiveness with grunt calls and this and that. I am seeing a ton of scrapes, buck rubs, very typical this time of year. They're starting to mark their territory. My cameras are not out right now. I pulled them because I just like to get the inventory, and if I see scrapes and hot sign, I'm on it. So we all know what's coming up here in the next couple weeks. It's going to get on like Donkey Kong. So anyways, I'm going to go and move forward here. So in Zone 7 and Zone 8, that's my area, my zones. I wrote down a few names of the people that have sent in some reports. I'll start out with Zone 7, which is Clinton, Eaton, and Ingham, I believe. Anyways, Mitchell John Curry out of Clinton County. What's up, fellow Clinton County guy? Anyways, many scrapes, bucks hitting them, some on camera. I seen that picture, pretty sweet, big old 10-point, kind of like, well, bigger than those up there, but big 10-point hitting a scrape at night, not during the day. Steve Eldred, Ingham County, seeing several scrapes. Another picture with bucks sparring and checking scrapes. So they're at night. They're obviously doing their thing at night. They're sparring. They're scraping. They're getting active. I call it pre-rut. So that's Zone 7. There's more in the future weeks. I will name different people. Keep sending them in. And I'll keep this log and we'll change up names. So anyway, Zone 8. Ryan Kniff, Barron County and Cass County. Several rubs, 2 bucks on cam sparring. Same kind of thing. Starting to see rubs, scrapes. They're active. It's just not quite there yet. Brennan Heidema, Kazoo, Kalamazoo County. Many scrapes, buck sparring. Same thing. It's like it's all these counties. Here, Central Michigan, Central Lower Michigan. It's a lot of scrapes and sparring. Nighttime picks. Beautiful picks. Mike Roderick, Van Buren County. Buck sparring on cam. Same thing. Now, I feel lucky because I'm in an area where, in the zones I have, we kill big bucks. Lots of them. And I can't wait to see what happens in the future. But anyways, we want to thank every one of you for sending in your reports. I could go on and on and on with more and more and more, but I'm not. It'll take too long. But keep sending them in. Like I say, I'll keep this log. And I'll mention other names in the future report. So keep in mind, typically in Clinton County, Central Michigan, Central Lower Michigan, I know you all know this. I'm not telling you nothing you don't know. But after the 22nd, my wife's birthday is Sunday, going into Halloween weekend, next weekend, the temperatures are going to be in the high 40s. Guess what that means? Game on. Just like this game, Saturday, go blue. So, anyways, get her done. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for showing your reports. We'll see you.
Hey y'all, this is Dennis Pope with Michigan Outdoors Report. This week's rut report comes out of Zone 9 and 10. My report in particular comes out of Wayne County, Michigan. I'm hunting a little partial along I-275, and that's why it's so noisy in the background. You can hear the traffic. It's almost rush hour. But since I've been home from Muskegon, I've been hunting this last few days. I've been seeing all kinds of rubs and scrapes popping up. I got a new scrape that's maybe 30 yards from the stand that wasn't there yesterday. Hopefully comes back to check it out this evening. I've been seeing all kinds of teeny tiny little bucks. Like I said, nothing to write home about. Big ones are still showing up at night on camera. The doe traffic, however, I noticed is starting to pick up, which is good for me because about 10 days or so I'll be doing all day sits. If you find them does, you'll find them bucks slipping. So hopefully it works out like that. But we got a few other reports out of Washtenaw County. We got Joey Sanchez, who's reported seen some small bucks, but no rubs or scrapes yet where he's at. We got Tony Hill out of Jackson County. He's seen lots of scrapes popping up last week and seen a young buck chasing a doe. And then we got out of Oakland County, Billy Starr. He's finding small scrapes, and I've seen a few small bucks hanging with some young does. But to me, it sounds like the big boys are still on the night shift. They ain't showing up during daylight hours yet. And a lot of these little scrapes and rubs popping up, I noticed, I think, are these little ones. But we'll see how it goes. If you guys are out in the woods, man, happy hunting. Be safe out there. And don't forget, some of the best memories in the world are made outside. So get out there.
Over here in Zone 4, we're going to start things off in Allegan County with Josh Klein. He's been seeing a lot of scrape activity increasing, travel patterns shifting from highways to smaller, narrower pathways with more cover. Jennifer Matthews has been finding a few scrapes and rubs on our property in Ottawa County. Eric Swenson in Muskegon's been seeing some big ones fighting and a little bit of chasing does. Carrie Kay from Ottawa County, been pretty slow but found half a dozen new scrapes today along with some fresh rubs. Krista Miller from Barry County, scrapes have been everywhere for weeks now. And Mindy Van Boxel in Oceana County observed two small bucks at the same time making a scrape. This was a few days ago. And that was reading the comment from 4 days ago. So the weather's been pretty consistent aside from a little rain since then. Mecosta County, Charlie Payne from Mecosta County has been seeing scrapes for weeks now, rubs the last 2 weeks, and that's gonna about wrap it up here for West Michigan. I myself in Muskegon have made it out for quite a few sits in the stand, and I haven't been seeing a whole lot of rut activity, no chasing in my area yet, but I have been seeing does and bucks out during the day, just at different times and not together with each other. Coming from different directions too at that, so they're not even following the same travel patterns in my area yet, but soon it's coming soon. So next few weeks, stay tuned for those reports in your area.
Hey guys, Bill here from Michigan Outdoors Report. Just checking in on this week's rut report. So this year I'm covering Zone 5, which is going to be Clare, Gratiot, Saginaw, Gladwin, Bay, and Isabella counties. So from here on, each week, check back here and check out what's going on in Zone 5. So let's get into it. Right now it's October 19th. The rut is just starting here. Scrapes and rubs are popping up day by day. I made it out the other day actually and walked past 2 fresh scrapes that weren't there 2 days ago. So activity's definitely starting to pick up, but I feel like the weather here has been a big factor in that because we've been getting a lot of rain, kind of some crappy weather. So hopefully once the weather starts to calm down, the rut will fire up a little more. As far as buck movement, a lot of smaller bucks still moving midday and such, mid-morning, mid-afternoon, whereas a lot of the bigger bucks are running just after dark or just before daylight. So it's starting to pick up, but we're not hot and heavy here by any means. Hopefully in the next 2 weeks or so, things will fire up and the weather calms down, and hopefully we can really start to get into it and share some really good reports. But as of now, it's a lot of just fresh scrapes, fresh rubs, a lot of young bucks still sparring or starting to spar, so that's always good. But like I said, hopefully within the next 2 weeks we can start seeing some bigger bucks get out there, some daylight pictures, start pushing some does. Ray Diltz, he ended up shooting a nice 8-point. He shared with us, and he said it came in chasing a doe hot and heavy. But I haven't seen too much of that yet, but I'm sure here and there it's definitely out there. And then Brandon McAllister, he shared out of a lot of scrapes and rubs in his area too, which is pretty standard right now. I was reading through the reports and talking to a lot of other people, seeing what's going on, you know, in Zone 5 here, and everybody's kind of got the same thing to say. You know, a lot of scrapes, a lot of rubs, not much chasing yet, but hopefully soon. So check back in next week, and hopefully we got some good stuff for you. Be safe out there.
What's up, Michigan Outdoors Report family? Welcome. We're back into the season. It is time for the Michigan Outdoors Report 2023 Rut Report. Thank you, Tim, for introducing everything, and Bill, appreciate the information on Zone 5. It's awesome to hear. So let's jump into it. I took over Zone 6, which is going to include Tuscola, Lapeer, St. Clair, Genesee, Sanilac, Huron, and Shiawassee counties. Getting some activity coming in. Do have some guys starting to report that they are starting to see some buck movement. So let's jump into it. I am now part of Tuscola County. I moved up to Millington, and we moved on to 12 acres. We do continuously see quite a few deer up here. There's a lot of deer up here in Tuscola County, which I'm very excited about. I usually have anywhere from 9 to 16 deer in my back meadow field area on a daily basis, both morning and evening, just from throwing out some old clover seed that I had and kind of mowed it right into my grass, and they seem to be loving it. So throw a picture up of that if I can, and then we'll kind of go from there. But jumping into some of the reports coming out of St. Clair County, we got Andrew Wayne said that he's starting to see some scrapes. Same thing going through Genesee County. Brian Rupp said he's starting to see some of the bigger bucks moving at nighttime on his cameras. Kind of expected. We know the big boys are smart, and they don't usually get stupid until it's just the right time of rut, which obviously the most exciting time for all of us, which is why we're out here giving these reports. So coming out of Sanilac and Huron County, I didn't have a whole lot. Not too much to report apparently, which if you're part of that, please get some information in. We will be posting up weekly, and the Rut Report will start going out, I believe, Sunday every day at 5 p.m. So watch for these videos, watch for your zone. If you're seeing something that somebody else isn't, please get it in. Going into Lapeer County, Teddy Ray. Always good to hear from Teddy. Teddy's always full of a lot of good information. He's starting to see some scrapes showing up. He had a spike come in and work his rope over his mock scrape, putting in some work. So that's good. I mean, younger bucks are going to start moving. We know that. Bigger bucks will follow. Also out of Lapeer County, I got a couple from Lapeer County. So Dave Jenkins, which I'll post up here. We've got a little video that he was courteous enough to send in to us of a smaller buck working on one of his scrapes. So we'll check that out. Also, Lapeer County, Adam Wynn said he has a nice 8-point working a scrape, which he sent us a photo of that. Shiawassee County, Dan Mativa is coming in. He said he's seeing scrapes. Seems to be kind of the same thing across the board, that everybody's seeing scrapes, everybody's seeing movement. A lot of the bigger bucks are still moving at nighttime. Like we said, that is to be expected. Genesee County, Keith Colser, hopefully I didn't murder that last name, said he's seeing lots of rubs, but no chasing yet. Haven't got any really reporting of chasing. So if anybody's getting any chasing coming in, please let us know. I haven't seen any chasing here yet on my property, but I have seen some of the smaller bucks starting to work their way into the groups of does, and we all know where that's going to lead. The smaller bucks are going to draw in the bigger bucks because the bigger bucks are watching. So, and then out of Tuscola County here, Kim Andrews threw in a nice picture of a pretty big rub that was on her property. But welcome to the 2023 Rut. We are excited. Michigan Outdoors Report. We will continue to bring you the Rut Report weekly. Please get on there and make sure that you share any information that you're willing to share along with your county. Zone 6, Tuscola, Lapeer, St. Clair, Genesee, Sanilac, Huron, and Shiawassee. I can't wait to hear from everybody. Send in some photos, send in some video if you have it, and we will gladly try to get it posted. You always have a great day. God bless. Everybody be safe. Make sure you're wearing your harnesses, and check out the new hats. We do have some in stock. Last order went pretty quick, but you can see it. They're nice. They rock out really well, and they fit really well. So go blue, and let's get it done.
All right, Tim checking back in. Northern Lower Peninsula out of here in Sheboygan County is where I'm located. We got reports that we're going to cover here from the Northern Lower Peninsula and the UP. So to summarize, not very many reports coming in yet. I think downstate is a little bit further ahead than where we're at up this way. I can tell you, walking the property here in Sheboygan County, I've got some private land. I know there are deer here, but walking the other day, I did not come across any scrapes, any rubs. I don't see any sign of pre-rut activity. I will say that on my trail camera, I've seen individual bucks. I don't see them in their bachelor groups anymore. So I do think they are starting to separate. I've got about 40 acres. There is a chance I may just have overlooked any kind of scrapes or anything happening. But I think that's about to kick off. And we do have numerous reports coming in also of scrapes being established and being visited, mostly by the younger bucks. The mature bucks still have yet to be seen. They are staying ghost up to this point. Not a whole lot of pictures coming in even of the bigger bucks. So we know they're out there though, and their time is to come. So no reports whatsoever of any seeking, chasing. It's way too early for that yet, but you do occasionally get the one-off reports where those younger bucks are starting to bump does and they're a lot more on the move. Definitely heard those reports coming from downstate, but nothing coming yet too much from y'all here. So we do have reports of some sparring and some different things starting to take shape here. So let's get into some viewer reports and see what you guys have going on. Okay, the first report comes out of Sheboygan County from Jason Waggle. He reports seeing some light sparring going on. You can see in this picture here, there's two young bucks getting after it. He has observed some branch licking, not really establishing any scrapes on the ground yet. But he has also seen the younger bucks are getting a little more curious about the does and those type of things. All right, next report comes from the UP. This one's from Rand Eaton. This one doesn't necessarily have the best ending. Rand shot this really nice buck up there, and he let it lay for 4 hours, trailed the deer, and this is what he found when he finally came across the animal. Far too often we hear about the wolves up there, and this is just a sad case of where Rand didn't get to his animal in time, and unfortunately the wolves found it. So that's a debate for another time, but Rand, we're sorry about that happened, but that is still a nice buck, and congratulations on your success. Next report out of Zone 3, that's the northeastern portion of the Northern Lower Peninsula, from Rick Watkowiak. And this picture here is two young bucks sparring, and he also says that he did observe young bucks also, rubbing their antlers, forehead glands on the licking branches, and raking up the ground a little bit too. Josh Hensel here with a picture out of the northwestern portion of the Northern Lower Peninsula of a buck here hitting a scrape. He said this buck's visiting every 2 to 3 days now, so that's an established scrape, and that's definitely a good spot to sit. Robert Barrick reports that he's starting to see some smaller scrapes pop up. The deer are starting to visit just a little bit every few days. They're starting to hit that. This is out of Grand Traverse County. All right, and we got a cool video here from Joseph J. from Hillman. This is two young bucks starting to get after it right out in the food plot, it looks like. So very cool video. Appreciate you sharing that, Joseph. Okay, we got a rub found here by Josh Stanley. Took a quick video of it. That's a better sized tree. Looks like fairly fresh rub there. Last report with the picture here, Coleman Lantern out of Zone 2, that northwestern portion of the Northern Lower Peninsula. He said bucks are starting to get a little active on scrapes where he's hunting at. All right, that'll do it for this week's Rut Report. We'll be back next week with updated information. We want to thank all of you that shared your reports, your pictures, your videos. Very, very helpful, and that's what this is all about, sportsmen helping out other sportsmen. So want to thank you guys again. As a reminder, be on the lookout on Sunday evenings at 5 o'clock. We're going to drop our post on Facebook. There'll be 6 different posts to cover the different areas of the state, so please drop your reports in the correct post, and we'll make sure we streamline that information, and we will return to you next week for another Rut Report. Until then, let's go blue, baby!